Welcome back to our channel. When reading the Old Testament, many individuals encounter different groups mentioned in the narrative. The Old Testament provides information about various peoples who claim to be relatives and brothers of the Israelites. Among these groups is the community of Edom, which had close connections with the Israelites. The Edomites were made up of different tribes, descendants of Esau's sons and grandsons, and they formed a unique community in relation to the Israelites. In response to numerous requests from our subscribers, this video will focus on the current location of Esau's descendants. We invite you to enjoy another video from our channel titled, "Where are the descendants of Esau today?" If you are already a subscriber, we genuinely appreciate your support. Leaving a like encourages us to continue producing weekly videos based on scripture for you. However, if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to watch our video until the end. If it resonates with you, consider subscribing to our channel so you won't miss out on upcoming content. Join us for another exciting video on our channel. When we think about Esau in the Old Testament, he is frequently linked to the biblical depiction of a man who is extremely hairy, bearded, and red-haired. However, it is often misconstrued that he had red hair, as the Bible does not explicitly mention this trait. In truth, when we delve into the Hebrew and Aramaic terms used in the biblical text, it becomes evident that the reference is not to the color of his hair, but rather to the tone of his skin. Esau was actually born with a ruddy, reddish complexion. Translations of the Bible sometimes portray him as having red hair, which has led to different interpretations. A notable observation is that, in contrast, Jacob was born with less hair and a skin tone that was not as reddish. During Rebekah's pregnancy, something captivating took place. She realized that her pregnancy was deviating from the norm, and she experienced peculiar sensations emanating from her belly, unlike those usually felt by a woman expecting twins. Confronted with this situation, she sought divine guidance and posed questions to God regarding the mysterious circumstances surrounding her pregnancy. It was an extraordinary event that demanded divine clarification. According to the Torah, an intriguing account reveals that when passing by a house dedicated to idolatry, the infant Esau exhibited signs of restlessness, as if desiring to leave, as if he belonged elsewhere. However, when confronted with a Torah study house, the same scenario repeated itself, indicating his inclination to depart from there as well, as if he belonged there. Intrigued by this enigmatic behavior and her son's simultaneous alignment with both idolatry and monotheism, Rebekah sought answers. She sought the wisdom of Shem, one of Noah's sons, who was a renowned prophet and maintained a study house. Shem's response was unambiguous and prophetic. Rebekah was not carrying just one son, but two. From her womb, two nations would emerge, destined for a peculiar dynamic of constant alternation between rise and decline. One would inevitably overpower the other, and vice versa. There would be no perfect harmony, and they would not walk together in stable balance. Although Rebekah knew of this peculiar destiny, she chose not to reveal it to her husband, Isaac. When the children were born, the firstborn was Esau, and the explanation for his name is revealed in a later chapter of the story. His name is derived from the Hebrew word Ezui, which we translate as Esau in English. Although it does not have a specific meaning in Hebrew, Esau is derived from the word azu, which conveys the notion of someone who is prepared or ready. This significance is evident in the Torah, which describes Esau as being born with a full head of hair and body hair, a remarkable feature for a newborn. From an early age, Esau's mother noticed the notable difference between her firstborn, Esau, and her younger son, Jacob. Jacob was known for his devotion to studying the Torah and was considered a pure and innocent man. In contrast, Esau had a restless spirit, seeking action and excitement as a hunter in the fields. As twin brothers, Jacob and Esau were among the first groups associated with the Israelite people. Their Semitic origins resulted in a certain resemblance between them, including their appearance. Interestingly, in the Bible, Esau is also referred to as Edom. Thus, Esau and Edom essentially represent the same person, with Edom being the name of both Esau and the land inhabited by the Edomite people. The term Edom has a literal meaning of red, which is significant because the land occupied by Esau's descendants was called the land of the Seir Mountains or the land of Mount Seir. This land was specifically designated by God for the descendants of Esau, Jacob's brother. Esau had 5 wives, Judith, Bamath, Mahalath, Adah, and Ohel. His sons and grandsons formed the first groups, including kings, among the Edomites, predating the Israelites in this aspect. One notable king among Esau's descendants was a man named Juba, who is essentially the biblical Job. Curiously, to the Egyptians, the Edomites were known by the ancient term Shu, just like the Midianites. These desert nomads mainly inhabited the region along the Jordan River, extending to an area near Saudi Arabia. Due to their desert lifestyle, the Egyptians perceived them as men of the sands, and often referred to them as such. The language spoken by the Edomites was Edomite, which many experts suggest was influenced by mingling with some Canaanites in the region. This led to the absorption of cultural traits, deities, and even a dialect similar to the local Canaanite language. While initially communicating in ancient Aramaic, it is believed that the Edomites eventually adopted a language closer to Canaanite and Phoenician due to Esau's initial wives originating from the Canaanite region. In summary, the language of the Edomites was a combination of Canaanite and Aramaic, reflecting their Canaanite and Aramean roots respectively. It is interesting to note that one of Esau's wives had Ishmaelite origins, belonging to the Arab lineages descended from Ishmael, who was part of Abraham's lineage. Esau married his cousin named Malat, whom he called Basmath. This choice reflected the Semitic tradition of marrying women of the same ethnicity and belief. By following this practice, Esau set a precedent for his children, encouraging them to marry within the same kinship. His attitude was influenced by his parents' disapproval of marrying women from other peoples, such as the Canaanites. Thus, he took a wife from the same kinship, following the ancient laws and traditions of the Semites. Many people are curious about what happened to Esau's descendants and whether they still exist today. The answer is affirmative. The descendants of Esau, Jacob's brother, still exist and inhabit the Middle East region. Although they have intermixed with other Semitic peoples, they persist as a distinct people in that area. The ancient land of Edom, located in Jordan or at least a Jordanian region encompassing Mount Seir, is the land of Esau's descendants, meaning the Arabs inhabiting that region are directly descended from the ancient Edomite tribes. The present-day country of Jordan has had various names over the centuries and millennia. The first biblical name attributed to the entire land or at least that region is the land of Uzi, equivalent to the ancient land of Edom. Over time, due to the presence of different populations settling in the region, the names of certain areas ended up being changed. Another land came to be known by the name of Ammon, inhabited by the descendants of Ammon, notably Ben-Ammi, one of Lot's sons with one of his daughters. Before that time, the Horites, a Canaanite group, resided in the area that comprises the entire Jordan. The Horites occupied the region before giving way to the emergence of various Semitic peoples, including the Ammonites, descendants of Lot, and the Moabites, from the lineages of Esau and Lot, respectively. Currently, in Jordan, these ancient Semitic peoples, including the Moabites and Ammonites, coexist, forming a cultural blend. While some areas maintain a pure lineage of a specific descent, fundamentally, Jordan is home to these diverse Semitic communities. Thank you for watching. We hope you have gained insights into the Bible through this discussion. Please consider subscribing and clicking on the notification icon for future updates. Stay tuned for more episodes where we delve into critical issues found in the Bible. See you soon.